Hi, so this week I wanted to talk about something that comes up pretty much every first degree Reiki class that I teach, and I know is on the mind of people following their second degree and other classes. How do I fit all of that practice into my daily schedule? Good question. In Reiki Jinkeido we have obviously self-treatment. We also have the Metabhavana meditation. There's the 6-point meditation. There's mind check. There's the 7 purifying and strengthening breaths. And of course it's a good idea to keep a journal of your experiences once you've started your Reiki practice. And at the end of a first degree class I get students like horrified. How on earth am I going to fit all of that into my schedule? Well, I understand their point of view. I remember feeling this dilemma myself when I did my own first degree training. And it's tough, you can't. Don't beat yourself up over trying to fit all of that practice into your daily schedule from day one. You're going to fail. Be gentle with yourself. Take your time. Start out small. So self-treatment, that's a really good place to start. And I would suggest adding to that one meditation a day, whether it's the 6-point meditation, which is the simplification of the Buddha meditation that Mikao Usui, the founder of the Reiki system, practiced on Mount Kurama many years ago. It was a critical moment in the development of the Reiki system. So you have that. So you have a choice between the 6-point meditation, the Metabhavana, and some self-treatment. I think if you can start there, that's a really good place to start. Start small. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle. And if you can integrate those two things into your schedule to begin with, that's a really good start. And if you don't, if you feel like you're failing at that, just remember this, as Mrs. Takata said: just for today, do not worry. It's okay. Life gets in the way. Life prevents us sometimes from doing the things that we really want to do, and it happens on a regular basis. So don't feel bad if you didn't get your self-treatment done or you didn't get your meditation done. Just have the intention, do the best you can, and go from there and build up your practice slowly in a way that makes you happy, that makes you feel like you're gaining some benefit from this practice. If it becomes a chore, if it becomes something that constrains you, holds you back, prevents you living a fulfilling life, well, you need to stop and rethink how you integrate your practices into your life properly. But I do think you should try and establish some sort of schedule in your daily routine to integrate your spiritual practices, whatever they are, whether it's a Reiki self-treatment or a meditation or yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong or whatever your practices are. Have a schedule, build it into your routine, and things will become easier. I just want to read a short piece here by Swami Rama that relates to this, and he said, you have a worldly schedule. I will learn this much. I will work for so many years in the external world, and so on. Do you have a spiritual schedule? No. Why not? You should have one. Why do you want to work in the external world? In order to be happy. Where is that happiness? It's within. So you should have a schedule. It's not difficult. That's what the sages say. They inspire us with hope. They have attained something in their lives. They were born here on earth. They walked on the earth. They attained on the earth. And let me assure you, it's a myth that you have to renounce your home and duties to attain God. It's not necessary to do that. If you can make your spiritual schedule, then it's not that difficult. So that's something that Swami Rama said some time ago about building your spiritual practices into your daily routine. We have our normal daily routines. We get up, we have breakfast, we go to work, we have a home and family to look after and sustain. And we have a schedule. We build our lives around a schedule that makes all of those things possible. If our spiritual practice is important to us, then we have to have a spiritual schedule as well. We have to integrate that somehow into our life and make that happen. I come across regularly, all of the time, people who claim to be spiritual, and they see spirituality as some part of their life, a little pocket of their life. The time when they go and do their yoga practice, or the time when they do their meditation, and that's their spiritual life over once that practice is finished, and then they go back to their normal life. Well, actually, there is no such division. All of your life is a spiritual training. But if you really want to progress in a deeply meaningful way, those spiritual practices that you have, you need to integrate into your life. You can't fail at this. There's no such thing as a failure in Reiki. People may not progress as much as they could if they don't do the practices, but you can't fail at it as such. And that practice, whatever that practice is, your self-treatment, your meditation, the 7 breaths, your mind check, whatever it is, you are 100% responsible for this. No one else is. You can't blame another person for your lack of progress. You have to take control of this and make the effort. Of course, things like meditation can take effort. It's not an easy thing to do all of the time. We have to be committed, we have to sit down, we have to make that effort. And there are plenty of times when sitting down to meditate or sitting down to do our self-treatment is exactly the thing we don't want to do. Our mind says, I'll just go and have another coffee. I'll do it after this TV program's finished. I'll do it when I come back from shopping. We always find a reason not to do it. Our mind doesn't want to do that thing. It's attached to the ego, and the ego is threatened by spiritual practices such as these. So sometimes we just have to force ourselves to do it. But don't point the finger at other people, other circumstances, and say, it's their fault that I'm not doing my practice. It's that situation's fault that I'm not getting my practice done. This is not true. It's not happening because you are not doing it. You are 100% responsible for your practice. So do make the effort. Do just put some time aside, and sometimes you just got to grit your teeth and do it, even if at the end of it you feel like, well, that practice wasn't very good. That's okay. You did it, and it will get better and better. But just try and put the time aside to do that practice. Lots of people say to me, I can't meditate. My mind wanders. Every time I try and meditate, my mind wanders. Well, this is true of everybody. When I hear this from people, I sometimes get the impression that what they're telling me is that they are somehow uniquely unable to meditate. They're not unique. Everybody is like this. I'm sure the Buddha was like this when he first started. It takes effort and time and patience to actually build up the skills necessary. And you just have to stick with it. That's all there is to it. You just grit your teeth and do the practice, and eventually it'll get better and better and better. So I think for those people, those first degree students who are thinking, my God, how am I going to integrate all of this into my life? The answer is, just for today, do not worry. It will come. Start. But start. Take responsibility for your practice. Start the practice and integrate it slowly and gently. Be kind to yourself. And once you have that schedule underway, once you've started that spiritual schedule in your life, it will improve, it will get better. But be aware that life gets in the way. It does for all of us. So if your practice collapses at times, it's okay. It happens. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just start and get on with it. And good luck with it. It's worth the effort. It is really worth the effort. Okay, that's all from me for this week. Sat on my balcony here in Cairo. The weather's getting a bit cooler now. But it's still, I can still sit here in shirt sleeves. Not like the UK, which I'll be experiencing soon. Okay, thank you.